week's debuted stumbled. Genesis didn't exactly silence the critics, so Thursday night wasn't about hype. It was about stability. And by the time Feast or Fired match exploded, alliances cracked and the system tore itself apart from the inside. This finally felt like TNA, remembering who it is from back in the day. Welcome to the Tea Drop, Strong Brew, No Soft Behavior. We are back on AMC. Luckily, somehow they let us keep going with this. With another live TNA show trying to rebound after a rough first impression the previous week. And a Genesis pay-per-view that didn't land the way it needed to, it was still okay. No massive promises tonight, no era-defining talk, but just wrestling, consequences, and direction for the weeks to come. And honestly, that's exactly what this company needed from in last week, but we didn't get it. But we got it this week, guys! We get a recap from Genesis. They run an opening video, standard stuff that I can't show due to copyright infringement and whatever, but it is what it is. Company President Carlos Silva pops up, pleased with the AMC debut, and that's it. No over talking, no grandstanding, short and sweet and to the point, which becomes the theme of the night for TNA Impact. We get the first match between Moose and Cedric Alexander. And the first real surprise of that night happens here. Moose comes in with a visibly bad back. Alicia Edwards at ringside, and for once he wrestled like a wounded animal instead of an unstoppable force that you see from Moose. They shake hands, they chop, they fight. Alexander wrestles smart, targeting the back, taking risks, flying when he needed to. Moose sells early and often in the match when he briefly reverts back to the Moose gonna Moose. Still, this matters. Alexander survives the power, counters the spear setup, hits the Hurricanrana. Cedric Alexander pins Moose. That's not just a win. That's the biggest single victory of Cedric's TNA career. This should matter going forward, especially with the X Division title shot looming. We move on to our new TNA Heavyweight Champion, Mike Santana, where we see the show slow down a bit on purpose. Mike Santana sits in the ring and plays a voicemail from his late father. It's real, it's emotional, and it hits. You earned this. You belong here. Santana talks about returning 2 years ago, fighting uphill battles, losing the world title just 30 days after winning it, and still refusing to quit. It wasn't loud, and this wasn't that flashy, but it gave a real connection to the fans. Santana knows how to make people believe in him. He sure does. He did it at House of Glory, and he's doing it now. It's what he does best. So, expect a lot more from him. We will see with the weeks going along. Meanwhile, Mustafa Ali got flanked by Order 4, mocks the Hardys as goats who are really sheep. Tonight, he says he'll be Jeff Hardy's shepherd. That line was clever, by the way. The direction, we'll get to that later when their match happens. We get Nets, Indy Hartwell versus M by Elegance. The aftermath is what matters most in this match. But the match itself is fine. Hartwell gets the crowd support, gets the connection, M works her gimmick. Elegance brand interferes, as always. Hartwell wins with a roll-up. Nothing special in the ring, but the post-match is where it becomes important. The Elegance brand jumps Hartwell after the match. Ash by Elegance initially tries to calm things down. And then the Angel Warriors arrive. And suddenly, Ash snaps. She jumps Li Ying Li, and that's when when the moment matters, because it suggests Ash is actually healthy enough to get physical. Something that's been in question for a while in TNA. We get a break, and post break, Ash confirms she's back. And that's a win for the division, so good for her. We then finally get the Feast or Fired match. A big chaos match with a timer. So Feast or Fire returns, 4 briefcase, 3 title shots, 1 pink slip. And the ring is filled with bodies. This turns into controlled chaos fast. Thank you, Daniel Donahue, for the subscription. A lot of people in this match, so we'll just go over the highlights. Swan and Trey Miguel hugging before this war. AJ Francis getting powerbomb into humility. Eric Young stealing a mask and a briefcase. Steve Macklin sneaking one out as well. Trey Miguel grabbing another. And Eddie Edwards securing the last case after using it as a weapon. We get 4 winners, 4 ticking time bombs for all we know. The real drama for these 4 will be coming next week when they find out who they got in those briefcases. So we won't find out until next week. They'll reveal who they're facing and who got the pink slip. And yes, for some, hope remains that one of these cases sends Eric Young packing. Meanwhile, backstage, Mike Santana runs into Nick Nemeth. Words are exchanged. Nemeth brings up Santana's daughter. That's enough for Santana that it leads to a brawl. Later, Nemeth yells at BDE for playing video games while this is real life. BDE snaps back and challenges him for next week, which is good because it gives Nemeth something to focus on. Meanwhile, Elaina Black shows up and cuts a promo saying she's the only one who matters, and next week begins the era of Elaina. It feels a little premature, but it's a very tough type of energy that she did with her promo, but we will see what happens in the ring the following week. Ariana Grace apologizes to Santino Marella backstage. They hug. Not a crazy segment, but I guess we should just talk about it a little bit. Nothing bad ever happens when hugs happen, but we will see what happens. Anyway, it was a whatever segment. We move on. We get Mustafa Ali versus Jeff Hardy for the main event. Jeff starts hot. Ali bumps like crazy in the match. The crowd is invested. The match itself is good. Physical, paced, and very dramatic. Something these two are very good at doing. Twist of fate on the steps, near falls, interference everywhere though. Ali misses his 450, and then Jeff hits the twist of fate into the swanton, and Jeff Hardy wins. The issue though is Ali is stuck in the Elijah vortex, and that feud doesn't elevate him. So hopefully in the future we get something better for Ali, because Ali feels main event adjacent at this moment, and this story right now that he just did doesn't. So hoping for more for Mustafa Ali in TNA. The System comes out though after this to reveal JDC's replacement. It's Bear Bronson. Confusion? To me it is, because I'm Still catching up on everything. Because at least after that, everything exploded. Eddie Edwards and Bronson then attack Moose and JDC. Cedric Alexander runs in for the save and chairs Moose. Turns out they're replacing 2 members now. Moose is out. Alicia Edwards is distraught. The system turns fully villain. Cedric finally has direction, and suddenly the show ends with real heat. Now, this wasn't a classic TNA, but it was far better than last week. It felt like a regular wrestling show again. Not a nervous premiere like we get with TNA, AEW, or WWE when they show up to a new channel. It was a great second show. Stories moved, characters turned, chaos mattered. And the ending stuck. So now, we want to know what happens next week. That's a great return to form for TNA, so congrats to them for a decent show. Next week, Briefcase will be a reveal that matters for fans. The system fallout is going to be something else that matters. And for the first time since AMC began, this felt like TNA is finding its footing. So great for them. Strong brew, soft behavior. Let me know your thoughts about the TNA show this week. And I will see you on the next video.